All right, and we are live.
Heyo.
Hello, Caro. Maybe.
Probably.
Shut up, Carol.
Shout out. Shout out.
Shout out to Caro because we're starting like that. We're starting.
But we've
That
already
really-
four watching. We've already got four watching now, so it's
And it's not even me.
It's not even
That's
me
surprising.
here.
damn. We're getting popular.
Wow.
Watch,
We're Critical Role now.
watch out, Critical Role. We're
I-
coming.
I think it's just Caro with multiple tabs open.
We've already.
Thanks, Caro.
It's like the mom that makes multiple accounts.
I believe in you. Indeed, Caro is in the chat. Hello, Caro.
Shout out to Caro. Je viens de voir le stream.
You never saw it?
Alright. No?
Ralph did it last. Ralph Chapeau did it last game.
I
didn't know it.
think
Or maybe
set
I
it up last
forgot.
game or
And the game before that.
Yeah, I set it up the game before. And the beautiful thing is that I have this, damn it, nifty little application on my phone, which allows me to have like buttons. And so I have like the shout out.
Oh my
to-
god, it's a
have the-
soundboard.
I have the shout out to Caro button right here, so it's
Nice.
very convenient. You don't see a thing, but the stream.
That's
does.
really
The
cool.
stream does.
I'll see it in 15 seconds on the stream.
It changes the screen. It changes the screen. What's showing on the stream?
Well, it integrates with like the streaming software. It also integrates with my lights, so I can change my lights.
Damn
Anyways,
boy.
It is the morning. Everyone, open your eyes. One villager died tonight.
we will have my whole house is decked out like that. We will have the sickest Loup-garou de Tire-sur-Lieu games. I swear.
If we ever play that.
If we
No,
ever-
I just mean we don't really play Werewolf.
well, we
That's
should.
No, but next time instead of Fiasco and instead of the other thing you want us to try, we do a big Tire-sur-Lieu game.
The real-
Full
No,
RP.
No, but Figaro is
How
boring because the first
desperate.
person who dies always masturbates for half an hour because they don't have anything to do.
Nobody cares about Werewolf. We're playing Changeling.
The real
That's
problem with the
Other cryptids.
the real problem with werewolf is the fact that we need more with just 5 people, maybe 4. It makes for short.
We play with
werewolf games.
other RPG characters. So we
So-
play like with the Blades campaign and then this.
So
So,
welcome once again to the weekly campaign of the Bay Squad. This time around, it is the Chronicles of Twigs and Reckoning, a Changeling campaign. It being World of Darkness prompts me to issue my usual content warning for abuse, gaslighting, substance use and abuse, and violence, and maybe exceptionally, some kinky content. So,
maybe.
Daddy and boy.
No.
No, it's Boy and Daddy because it's alphabetically sorted.
it's not very like pecking orderly sorted though.
Chapter
Anyway.
9.
Anyway.
So,
I
chapter 9.
I will I will thus hand the microphone over to Ralph.
Demonetized.
Demonetized.
Let him talk. Let him.
I'ma put a song. So, the chapter 9, Boy and Daddy. On the beat, Lyn's feet is tapping in Casey's office. The camera goes inside the bowling alley, where we see Father Mo in a bowling outfit, playing with others his age. The ball goes down the alley and strike. They all cheer together as Joey just looks at them, a little bored out of his mind behind the counter. Amelia is walking outside. At first, snow slowly falling down as winter approaches. She holds paper in her hands, a pile of resumes, as she looks for potential places that would hire her. She passes in front of the bar at which Natalie works. Through the door, she can see a woman dancing to the music inside. Amelia continues on her way and sits on a bench to take a little breather and think. A goblin enters a tent, revealing Mr. Muskackle behind. The goblin holds something cupped inside his hand. He presents it to Mr. Muskackle. It's a little toy patrol car. The Goblin King smiles with his large, toothy mouth and takes the toy. Thaddeus, you get out of bed. Someone else's. Your partner is still fast asleep. You're putting your clothes back on, and on tippy-toe, make your way out and discreetly close the door behind. Oh no! I ruined the song. It's okay, doesn't matter. Serena is at a summer court meeting in the basement of the church, talking and having fun with like-minded individuals. It's lighthearted and fun. Not everyone could make it to the meeting, however, like Joshua and Thaddeus, who is, knows, somewhere. But there are others there to chat with. And Nick is at the tattoo shop. He's sitting in the chair while the king is sitting on the stool, and they are both talking. If you want to get a tattoo, you can, but you're mostly just having a chat. And, you know, it's a comfortable seating. And Casey, you're at the police station.
Getting roped into some kinky shit.
And that
I might
was
rewrite
the
my
one
scenario now.
was for.
Hmm.
I'll keep that for my fanfics.
Roped in was dangerously appropriate.
So, your superior left to the office. And I don't want to start it again. In front of you, the two men. An older man around in his 40s. With like a 3-4 days beard. A trench coat. And a younger man with a black hoodie and a chain around his neck. Attached with a padlock. And the younger one, a little cockier, looks at the file that was on the desk that your superior had. So, Officer Winters,
Yeah.
is that it? So what'd you do? And he just looks at the paper a little,
I
He doesn't-
assume that they're using massive superiority and that I have no reason to question their authority.
yeah, you can have reasons to question their authority, but as far as you're concerned, every proof that they have given, like they did show the badge and like papers that they gave to your boss, and he just went, okay, and left. You can question it, but so far everything matches. So yeah, he just looks at the file and just, anything you gotta say?
What about? I'm a patrolman.
Well, looks like you took a couple things.
Oh, right. That. I didn't.
I don't know. Reports talk about service weapon, bulletproof vest. Interesting. Tear gas. Weird, honestly. A gas mask. Pretty kinky.
A gas mask?
Look, we don't really care about none of these things, frankly. If it's your jam, it's my jam.
I was about to mention that it is an interesting choice of outfit for FBI offices.
Oh, well, you know, we can just always go hanging around in suits with black ties and FBI's badge on our chest, can we?
Isn't that your whole shtick?
Oh, sometimes it is. I mean,
Well-
the older man would easily look like official. The young one, I
Not
don't
so
know,
much.
maybe he's got a shirt under his hoodie. It's cold outside, I guess, but
My only comment would be that I didn't do nothing.
Didn't do nothing.
The reports are wrong.
Well, good on you. That'll be easier for you later, I guess. Honestly, we're not there for that. No offense, but we wouldn't come all the way to Boston for stolen goods. You heard anything about anything weird happen lately in Boston?
Not especially.
I mean, if you help us, we can help you.
The usual crime spree of humanity. There was a man that was pissing on a bench.
Anything about 4 suicides?
Is the FBI interested in that case?
Well, perhaps.
Then why am I the one you ask? Then why am I the one you ask? Wouldn't my superior be more appropriate?
I'm a straight shooter. Because you're in trouble.
What for?
And that means you'll be, in a good place to help us out if we help you out. Look, anything you know about that?
Guy killed himself. What else is there to say?
There was also a young man who disappeared. No, man.
Never heard about that.
Somewhere in
Doesn't
his
ring a bell.
20s.
Didn't hear about the disappearance linked to the suicides. Weren't they a chain of suicides? However weird that may be.
It is weird. That's why I asked if you knew about anything weird.
I know about plenty of weird things, but that seems to be a shared interest.
It's our job. Or the FBI. If it was easy, we wouldn't be there.
Well, weird seems to be seeping its way into work.
Ain't it? So anything about that disappearance I told you about? Surely you know about it.
I wasn't on the case, so I don't know much.
All right. Want to roll for subterfuge just for fun? Just for fun. No
Just for
biggie.
fun.
Just for fun.
Hey, Ram,
I guess.
Yes, Jake?
do they have a Mian? Like, wouldn't Chapeau see their Mian if they have one? Just
You don't see me in.
okay.
But you
'cause
can
that-
hide it.
Right.
It is possible to hide it. So,
I am spending a willpower on that.
All right.
The good old chapeau roll.
I'll give the success to you because I only have one too. And I'll prioritize my dearest players. Aside from that, anything else? Any other weird disappearances?
Well, except some
the
material.
latest-
Except some material from the armory that seems to be assigned to my name for some reason. No. First time I hear about that.
Any other cases you've heard about? People going missing?
I'm not especially a detective.
I
I'm a
know you're
tr-
not,
I'm-
but
I'm a
words spread
patrolman.
fast. Look, you're on the defensive there, Mr. Winters.
What else do you want me to say? I'm being accused of stealing things I didn't steal, and I'm being interrogated on cases that you should ask case officers and not patrolmen. Forgive my defensiveness.
Want to roll for empathy too, just to try and.
Ooh, that is a
I know
good
you're not
roll.
great at it,
That's a
but
good
yeah.
roll you're asking of you. What empathy?
Wits.
That's a no.
No, he wasn't asking what and what to roll. He was just literally asking which empathy does he have.
Uh,
Like what empathy?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Also,
You try to
including-
roll, or you just not even
I
trying?
tried to roll. I tried to roll, and I had a second. So
All right. Oh, you only have one
we're
dice.
not. But if I am rolling with my exalted dice, do 7 count as successes?
No, as much as you would like that.
It was worth a shot, but no. Gab, that angle is terrible because then we don't see nothing.
She'll be right back. Her computer crashed, so she's trying to adjust something.
Okay, that's good.
Well, it's kind of
That's good.
working.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, you
Pretty
look so
like that.
cute.
There you
She's
go.
so pretty.
It's just that
Oh,
with
she
the,
froze, but she looks so cute. Oh,
it's just
No,
that
no,
with
she's
the
still there.
lamp, with the light in the camera was trying to expose for that, and everything was dark.
Yep.
Just like in the
All
campaign.
right.
adorable.
So nothing to declare except that you didn't do nothing with no proof? I mean, I told you.
What evidence would I have to provide on short notice?
Well, here we've got like paperwork that you borrowed these things
Dated when?
somewhere a month ago. Like,
Check my activity log. I was on patrol.
look, I told you. I don't really care about that. But we could have
You're-
made it easy.
You're making very hard work to make sure that I care.
Well, I mean, you should. It's not my job, it's yours.
I do care, and my answer will remain the same. I didn't take those things, so I don't see why I should be worried about it.
All right. I like an honest man that believes in the law. Should you have anything to declare in the future, we'll be in Boston. We should see each other a few times, I reckon. So if you hear anything about disappearance, something about the suicides, or other weird events, well, we'd be all ear.
I didn't catch your names.
Oh. I'm Special Agent Boy, and he's Special Agent Daddy.
I assume that I could look up badge numbers also.
We use pseudonym for our work.
I mean,
You
I'm not
are-
one to judge anybody, but that feels very unprofessional.
You're not there.
Yeah.
That would hard. I doubt that you are undercover right now, or you wouldn't admit to anything. Badge numbers, please.
Officer, you're under no authority to give me orders.
I'm under my rights to ask for identification, however. As a citizen.
All right. Daddy, can you give him? The older man gives you like a little badge. There's a number on it.
Sure, I take pictures.
Well, see you around, Officer Winters. And he gets up and leaves.
I will unofficially escort them to the exit.
It's all right, honey. We know where it is. We came in like 10 minutes ago.
just making sure you don't get lost. Visitors.
Sure. Nice statues, by the way. And you make it to the door. And they leave. They have a nice car. Like I imagine like not sport, but oldie kind of Chevy thing, or that's why you're my car dude.
Not sport, but oldie kinda Chevy thing. That's what you're giving me right now.
Well, I'm thinking about like
Impala
maybe
Chevy
like a
thing.
Charger, but clearly it's got not just 2 doors.
Impala.
Oh no, no,
And
no.
I
it's-
also don't
oh,
want
no.
this to be.
Like an old entry level BMW, like a Series 3 BMW, I guess. Unless you want something American.
Well, I was really imagining like a Ford Charger,
A Ford Charger. Anyways.
a Dodge. Sorry,
But yeah,
anyway.
some.
I was imagining something like that, but
God
it's
damn it.
4 doors.
Wait a second, my camera just froze.
Yep, they leave. Yep.
So the end of last episode of that scene was the time skip.
Yeah, so this is the end of the time skip. The little scenes I described were sometime in between, wherever you want them to be. So the 2 mysterious FBI agents leave and take their car. You got their numbers? Well, yeah.
License plate too,
And
probably.
yeah, you've got the information that you need to identify them at the police station.
I will definitely do that.
So you open your computer, look up their officer number thing.
Badge numbers.
Badge number. That one.
Officer badge number.
Officer badge number. And it leads to something, but there's hell of a lot of information that's not there. Like it's either blacked out or straight up not there. So, but everything checks. Like there are their pictures, their numbers are okay, but their names are not there. There's not like a civic address. So it's
Con-
very bare bone
Consi-
file.
Considering that, like, is stuff classified or is information missing?
It's classified.
Okay, that's more interesting. Because I too have Mask of Superiority, so I assume that I know how it works.
Yep.
And if it would be able to fabricate information like that for the duration of the contract.
It would, but the contract would also be over by now.
Yeah. Okay, so that's interesting. I still don't trust that one single bit. I will keep fiddling with my camera.
No problem.
Wait. I hear nothing now. And that means that the stream neither. Okay, so that works.
You know.
Hello. Okay.
Hello. Hear us?
Hello.
Yes, I
Has
do.
Washington
I'm...
happened at this point?
Huh?
Yeah, sure. You can have gone to like the manifestation,
That's good.
the protest in Washington. I should have put that in the bit at the beginning.
Can
Throwing
Thaddeus have
flowers.
gone too?
Sure.
And Thaddeus having no idea what's going on or the context on everything, you're just gonna yell things in you know the manifestants. Some things like "Get back to monarchy,"
Call
"Do
my
back to
beans!
parliament." These guys are wrong. Just like
The tea was
generic,
good. Why did you throw it away?
generic heckler things. He's just gonna be there for the having a good time.
All right. So, François, what I was saying is the scenes I will start will be like the next day or the day after that. So you have time and you are very welcome and encouraged to do scenes in between. If you hear us.
I do.
Okay. So unless you want to talk with anyone about what happened, we'll keep going.
I will, in fact.
If you see
because
boy
the
and daddy
topic-
come by,
because the
I'm
topic
sorry,
of,
what?
Yeah, because the topic of Liam's disappearance came up.
I mean, of course it would.
But I do call a bit of a powwow.
Who you call in?
The Ghostbusters. Everyone.
The players?
Yeah.
Not like every changelings.
But no, yeah, I call up all of the players at the bowling alley. Simply because it's easy.
It's a good place for those kind of things.
Yeah. So meeting at my office at the bowling alley.
Can we have an ally? I'd like to play. Can we
We'll
talk
discuss
about?
your changeling things while playing bowling. It's a
Yeah,
nice setup.
I really like that setup.
There's the small family birthday event at the alley just beside us, and we're like, so about that murder from
No,
last
there-
The
week.
murder and
There
the
is,
kidnapping
but they
and
are
the
the
people.
other end of the bowling alley, so you can talk pretty freely. There's music anyway, so they couldn't hear.
Well,
We'll
it'll be
talk
my
about the
office
bowl
for
of
obvious
Twigs.
reasons.
Hmm?
It'll be in my office for obvious
All
reasons.
right. It's in your office.
Ah, snap.
Tragic.
If you want to
You
go-
will never hear the best thing in his life.
So it's a
That
little
he
later
will
in the
die
day.
someday.
You worked a day shift, so it's like, I don't know, maybe after supper or around 6 or 7 that everyone can manage and come to your office at the Spring Court Bowling Alley.
Well, thanks for coming.
No problem.
I had an interesting encounter. Apparently, 2 FBI agents.
What they want?
Questions about, well, they mentioned apparently that I took some material from the armory, but I didn't. So that's interesting to start with.
So
However-
someone impersonated you.
It seems took a gun, gas grenade, bulletproof vest, and a gas mask.
What happened to your fetch? Just to know.
I don't know.
And what do your gas masks look like for the policeman?
Look up a picture on the manufacturer's website. Does it match?
It could look like that, yeah. Could be the one.
Is that a very common mask nowadays, or
It's pretty standard issue. So it's
Yeah, but
somewhat
not
common.
everyone's running around with a gas mask on.
No. But so the gas mask clue is auspicious, to say the least. But
Well, so
they
it seems
also,
that you'd have someone who has access to the police, to the constable's office, who is able to, well, who has a lot of information on you, would seem.
but they also talked about, well, a certain chain of suicides and the disappearance of a certain young man.
Ah, shit.
Obviously, I didn't say anything. I don't
What
think that I
about it?
gave them any leads, but
We don't
Well,
know
I might.
anything about it, don't we? We
None
were
of us
never
here
in.
have heard anything about any disappearances or suicide. Well, we do know the concept, but I don't think have you, Serena, heard anything about suicides? I certainly have not.
I
well,
haven't, and
you
I believe that any young woman who would perhaps know about this has been shushed properly.
you've read what was in the papers and not much more. And obviously, we don't know anything about any disappearance. So, if you ever are, well, if you ever meet those FBI agents, they introduce themselves as, of all things, Agent Boy and Daddy.
Well, now you're really getting into some kinky things.
He
Dear.
That
had
sounds
he had a
fake.
locked chain around his neck.
My,
Was he?
my.
I know.
Were they changelings?
I
How'd they know
don't.
about Liam and all that?
I did not see him in.
Well, Liam has gone missing after all.
Oh, yeah,
Enough
a
to
sack of leaves has gone missing.
enough for it to attract the
But
attention. No, Liam disappeared.
it was still a
He was someone with.
university student.
He was someone with an identity and a paper trail. But for it to attract FBI attention would be surprising at best.
They want something else, or they're after something precise.
Where would they be at after missing persons, anyways?
They're probably not.
If someone kicked it up the chain, I don't know. I don't like the smell of it. That's mostly the point of why I wanted us all to meet. I wanted to let you know that those men are asking questions about a business that we are familiar with but shouldn't be.
But
And
did they talk to everyone or only you about this?
as far as I know, they talked to me, but I don't know who else. They talked to my chief, but my chief is immortal, so.
Well, we can try and see if the Kings have heard anything about. Let's say I can go and see if Arthur's heard anything, and Amelia, maybe you can ask Persimmon.
I could, yeah.
They're not from Boston, but I also looked them up in the FBI databases, and their names sort of came up.
Sort of? What do you mean?
I have a contract called the Mask of Superiority, which would allow me to fabricate credentials for a short time. I was figuring that maybe they were changelings using the same trick. So I looked up their credentials because I didn't trust them. And I found things. So I can't really comment on what. I didn't find anything that stuck out, but there were details that were classified, probably assignment information and personal information on agents, which is fine, but wouldn't be fabricated by the Mask of Superiority. So I tend to believe those credentials, even if the whole thing smells a bit rotten.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, as long as we don't do anything, they're trying to kick a hornet's nest, and they obviously don't have anything because we don't know anything. So as far as I'm concerned, the more threat we prattle about, the more a problem we'll get. I
But
say we
they,
keep on business as usual, keep on keeping on, and just see where it goes.
But they went straight for Casey. And they're clearly not here about that side case only. Did they want
Well-
anything from you?
Repeat that.
Did they want anything from you?
Not especially. They wanted answers and information about what I mentioned: Liam's disappearance, the chain of suicide, and anything else weird going on in Boston.
But see, here's the thing, darling. If they had anything tangible, if they had anything concrete, they would not have gone to Casey. They would have done something about it. And Casey would either be dead or he'd be in prison. Which
Unless
he
it's
isn't.
Casey they want.
They have
But
reports
what I mean
confirming
is
that
that-
I took stuff from the armory, but I didn't. So I will look into the fetch theory, because if it is, he needs to be put down.
Wait, really? And I don't want to poke too far, but didn't that guy at the carnival have a gas mask on his face?
He did.
I believe it was the same man.
It's another
From what
theory.
we've seen,
Sorry?
how similar are they?
The gas mask? Like, there were two respirator thing, and, it was kind of the
I
same.
mean, shape
The
similar to
silhouette.
Casey, like
Hard to tell in the middle of the night, in the middle of a fight.
With
But
baggy
how
But it
clothes.
was
about
like an
with glasses?
average build man, like sort of muscular. He was in shape, but he wasn't either, muscle beast. But aside from being average,
Yeah, but an average man in a costume is hard to put an APB on.
But see, as I'm saying, here's the thing. I don't think they're, at least as of right now, in any danger for the simple fact that they went to Casey. If they wanted to do something, they would have done something. Now they haven't. They just went to him, trying to shake him up and try to see whatever fell out of the tree. Now, that simply means that we need to keep it quiet and keep it under wraps. It is all.
That sounds
agree.
safe. I like it. Yep.
I agree, but I wanted all of you to be aware.
Oh, thanks for sharing with us. I think this is important. We have a heads up.
what are the chances that they're tracking, following you, or whatever right now?
Good.
So
Probably very high, but then we'll just have a bowling bout and come out in about an hour and be on our way, and nothing more than just a couple of merry fellows having a bowling game.
I'm a shareholder in the bowling alley. My presence here isn't weird.
ours is, to some extent.
No. Free bowling
We're just
alleys.
customers. Oh! I ain't gonna refuse that.
Go play around. It won't be weird.
Oh, you guys are ready. I used to be an expert at those things. Are the pins still made of wood?
Yes.
Oh, there's a nook. It's easy to get. Let me show you.
and you go play bowling to pass some time
And have an alibi.
and have an alibi.
I obviously win.
Girl.
Everyone roll for Dex Athletics.
Alright. Alright, you guys, I have the best specialty.
You
and
have
that
a bowling specialty!
Yes! I have an athletic specialty in bowling.
I'm so
Chapeau,
glad I asked.
chapeau.
We
That no, chapeau, Ralph. Did that count as Nick challenging us to play bowling?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to learn his needle and thread.
Okay.
his what?
Needle and thread?
Mine.
No,
Oh,
Nick,
Next.
Nick's.
because he challenged you.
I have, but Yeah, that's that's voyons. Power, not a power. Contract.
Contract.
Does he have a defense or?
Yeah, I'll be able to tell you that in a moment. Contract. Sorry, just play out your.
Yeah, I have one for the bowling.
Right, 1 on bowling, 0 on bowling, 3 on. Amelia's pretty darn good at bowling.
I don't do a bad game, but I don't do a.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I do a fine game, not a winning game. It seems. But
you do a
fine.
fine game, but like Amelia does a turkey. It's when you do 3 strikes in a row.
That's how we do it in Texas.
Oh, it's just they changed. They changed the way to do it. It's so different now. I just can
Oh,
call the
it's
balls.
tragic.
What
They
is
made the
It's-
balls heavier and lighter and different.
It's Lent. I'm pretty sure it's the socks that are screwing up the system.
No, I clean out the socks every day. Take whatever
keeps
meaning you
Bowling
want of
at
that.
night.
A big job.
So
All
no,
right,
actually,
I guess I got Lynn to another room for that meeting because otherwise people have just.
so Jay, it's my manip and my socialize in weird against your composure plus weird.
Lint is just the office pet of the spring court.
I'm okay with that.
When I worked at the PEPS de l'Université Laval, there was one of the trainers that had
There was a sock
golden
goblet.
No, but there was one of the trainers that had a golden retriever,
Ooh.
and he'd sleep under the desk, and then sometimes just go walk around a bit, and then come back, and then go back to sleep, and he was he was fantastic.
So
So
you can
Jay-
write Tony your needle and thread.
No, it's not the needle and thread. Actually, it's I'm sorry. I learn your virtue and vice. Well, needle and thread or different anchors, and one of your aspirations, Jay.
So we can write it in private if you don't want to say it to everyone. That would defeat the purpose of having the.
And I don't have to spend the glamour for that because Jay challenged me.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go look what it is.
I'm never gonna challenge you ever.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
Is sex PvP?
No, shut the hell up.
I don't know. If it's angry, maybe.
Chapo, I just mean to tell you that I really was trying to taunt you with the Queen of Spring, with the 2 FBI. There were anyone else disappeared. I was trying to tug at heartstrings.
Right now, yeah, that went like 6 feet above my head, like me the taunt.
He was thinking about Liam.
And in either I was in panic mode about Liam. I would have said no, nothing weird. Well, as the acting king of spring, I was also like, no, nothing weird here. What are you talking about?
Nothing
Nothing.
weird.
No changeling community in this town, sir. No.
Changeling? What's a changeling? I don't know no changeling. Sir, we didn't talk about those changeling. You didn't even talk about it.
All right. So the night goes well, and Tony seems to have something to say about it.
I'm gonna want to have a night with Nick.
Night?
What guy?
No, I'm gonna want to have a scene with Nick.
Okay. When
Oh, we can
they're-
have both.
Well, considering that
Oi.
BDSM is on the table, you want to have a scene with Nick? Go forth.
Nick is notoriously kinky.
Very
Oi.
much not.
Very much not.
So it's at the end of the evening, and I suppose you're gonna drive everyone around.
Casey got his car now, though.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, well, I drove the girls first, and then it's just you and me in the car.
I've never thought of asking you, Nicholas, but I was kind of wondering, seeing how you take care of, well, this sorry bunch. Are you a family man?
He's gonna stay silent for like a little, at least 10 seconds. Not really, no. I'm gonna see myself like one.
Would you have to roll manip for that?
Yeah, I probably have to try and lie. Give me a sec.
You can not do that because he knows it's a lie
Yeah,
by now.
actually, yeah, no. He's
Like-
definitely lying. Yeah, he's clearly lying.
You sent him your things. He knows.
Yeah, like
I once upon a time, I once pushed away a woman who was pregnant with my child. She was a servant girl, no one, and the saddest thing is that right now I can't even remember her name, even if I tried. So many things happened until then. But I pushed her away because it would have been bad for my position and appearance in society. A dandy with a servant girl and a bastard child. What? That would have been a scandal, but not in the best of ways. Would have meant obligations and things to take. Well, before long I forgot about it. But see, here's the thing. I'm back in this world. And of course, by now, any children I might have had would be long, long dead. But I'm wondering whether we could maybe, possibly, maybe you could help me try to find whatever descendants I might have still around. And maybe I could help you with yours.
Hmm.
Now, I've got to say, it's dreadfully impolite of me to ask and have this conversation with you sober. I should have brought some alcohol, and that is dreadfully impolite. I'm very, very sorry.
he just nods when you say that.
Don't ride a carriage and don't drink and ride a carriage, boys.
Should we go to the bar? I believe I've hid a more than average bottle of gin on the counter for harsh conversations. I believe this should be one.
Why do you bring this up now? Why do you want to find them? No, why do you want to find mine? No, I don't think you're a bad heart. I do get you might have good intentions here. But I haven't found them in 20 years. Well, I'm not saying we're going to find yours either. With the luck I've had.
Well, as kind of a man I believe you are, I don't reckon you're the one who's going to talk about your issues or your problem, Mr. Stone. But maybe, and here's to just maybe, an extra pair of hands could help. And I, for one, am definitely not. Well, I do not have any special stake in your descendants or bloodline, or however you might want to call it. But for once, I'm getting this feeling of wanting to help some sort of emotionally attached group I'm around. The same way I suppose you want to protect this ragtag bunch that we just left. And for better or the worse, I suppose you're in. So I'm not asking you to talk about it to anyone, to Amelia or Serena, or even Casey for what it's worth, but I think that since we have similar objectives, I do think that we could work together.
I appreciate what you're saying, Thaddeus.
Family, that's the word. This family that we're building around us, that is the word.
Yeah. Oh yeah. As you said, it's a bunch of ragtags, but it's all a bunch of ragtags. As for the grandchildren I'm looking for, if you really want to lend a hand, then I'd appreciate. Well, yeah. If you could keep that between us, I'll be real smooth with you.
He kind of looks around and goes, well, I don't see anyone else, do I?
You're alright, Thaddeus. You're alright.
Oh, please don't say that. Then the word will spread and people will think I'm actually a kind and good person. Ugh, the horror. Could you imagine?
I think we can end the scene there.
That's a good point. And so you go to the bar, have a drink, and a pleasant night. Not together. On the next day, Sunday, girls, do you go to church?
I sure do.
I
Who
go.
goes to church?
I go. What? Was it a Catholic church?
Yeah.
Ah, shit, no.
All right, you don't go.
Irishes are Catholics, dude.
Oh, who's Protestant then? Anyways, I'll go if I'm.
The English are Protestants, or the Irish are Catholics.
Oh, then yes, I'm going then. Fine. I'm the good thing.
I'm the good one.
Never.
The one with the crusades.
This has never been said by any religion in the world in the past. I'm the good one.
And the others are all the bad ones. Yep.
That's where I
My
would
god,
pull
my
out,
god's the
like-
real one.
That's where I would pull out like the image of like the drawing on one side is like it looks like a rabbit, and when you look at it another way, it looks like a duck.
All you three sitting on the benches of the church. Would you care roll for perception? J'ai vu Gab l'animer.
So, perception.
With composure.
With composure, yes. While you do that, I'm gonna go get cucumbers because I'm hungry.
I really enjoyed the fact that he didn't ask Casey and I if we went to church. Like it just
Well, I think it's safe to assume you're not going. As for KC,
Nah,
I assure you, dear, I can be a very devout man when I need to. There was this lovely daughter of a preacher that I needed to woo a few
and
years
I
back,
am
and
on
I
patrol,
spent
sadly enough, so no
so
one
many.
cannot be there.
I spent so much time in the
Jeff's
church.
got 0. Who else got 0? Oh, Mary's got 2 and you've got 1. All right.
I'm sorry, Daddy, I've been a bad boy. It's I'm sorry, Father, for I have sinned.
Well, there is not that many people going to, Sunday morning masses anymore. Well, it's the US. They're still kind of like
It's the US. There's a bunch of young people forced by their parents and
yeah, but it's not the 30s Jay is used to.
it's also not a big church.
It's also not a super big church, but there's usually the same people come in. Ow, sorry. My jaw just going pop. For not the good reasons. And you notice 2 people that you never saw before. Listening to the
Is it, I'm taking just a wild guess, a man that's not very old and one that's not very young with a
Yep.
chain around his neck?
No,
Okay, I just
you're so good at that.
a wild
It's
guess.
almost as if the game was named after them.
I should be a detective.
They smell like their name is
You don't see them,
Old
Gab.
Man Daddy.
So you listen to Father Mo do his priest thing, but you can't help but notice these peculiar individuals that you are not used to see. And when the ceremony ends, Father Mo usually sticks around and speak with people in the room, and they go to see him.
I'll go to see him too. It's nice to congratulate the priest after a good ceremony. It's good to keep him good contacts with him. I'll just go up and see him too while they're there.
Sure. Amelia, do you want me to go prepare lunch? Or did you want to?
No, yeah, that sounds super nice.
So they take some time to talk with Father Mo. And it's mostly Daddy talking. Just saying like, oh, I haven't been to church since I was a little child. Fun to see that there are so many people coming to your church despite it being, not in the central place of town. I know, he's just chill, taking some news. Maybe kind of tourist vibe it's kind of a historical church still, so a nice place to see. And they chit and they chat.
I just keep an ear open for my turn. I'm not gonna disturb them. Just making sure they're not asking him if he's seen a dead body of a young boy nearby.
Luckily
And
for
so-
us, he hasn't.
As they talk, Father Mo just, oh, well, if you don't come often to church, well, we should make the most of it. How about you come have some tea?
Can I subtly behind them do like that to Father Mo?
You can try, I guess.
Go away.
No,
Leave it
it's
be.
too late. It's too late. He invited them.
Leave it be. He
Yeah.
has plausible deniability. He
Yeah,
doesn't
exact-
know anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
exactly.
doesn't know anything.
And anyways, see that it's just weird. It's just gonna be conspicuous if he then says, "Oh, never mind. I have toast," and then
The
leaves. You know.
biggest concern y'all should have is just Amelia and Serena watching their rooms.
I'm gonna go.
Are the
get
girls still there?
Serena.
Yeah, okay, Amelia, you go with me.
There's no painting in my room.
There is no war in Basing Say.
There is no word
None.
messing say.
And so,
I'm gonna go get Serena. Let's
Jay,
kind
you
of
have
chill, leaving
start.
the church, then running.
because they keep on talking. So if you want to go tell the girls that
Oh,
maybe
Amelia
some
is with me.
agents are coming your way.
I was still in the church with
Yeah,
her.
Amelia is with me,
Oh,
so
okay, okay.
I just tell her. I just like.
And I'm gonna go find Serena. Serena.
I'm gonna like once they're done chit-chatting, I'm gonna sorta intervene and just say thank you, Father Mouse. Once again, great summer. It's always nice to see you every Sunday. And hello, gentlemen. Never don't think I've seen you around this church.
Oh, we're only passing.
Or welcome to Saint Georgia's Church. Saint whatever's church it is.
We're
Saint
we're
Mouse.
we're in town
He
for
deserved
work.
it.
Saint Mary of the Holy Veil.
There you go, Saint Mary of the Holy Veil.
We're in
Or
town
I
for work, and since it's the weekend, well, we're taking some time to visit.
Oh, it's a truly blessed place. I'm happy you took some of your time to come to this place. I hope God watches over you and your vacations around here. Or, sorry, you said at work, around your walk. And
What'd you say? Sorry, I was really munching on that cucumber, and
I just said that
Oh,
I
yeah,
bless
you
them.
were
I
munching on
hope
that
God
cucumber,
blesses their
Eddie.
work. God damn it, guys. What's wrong with you? I just said, I hope God blesses their work while they're working around here.
thank you very much. Same goes for you, I guess. Is that true, Father Mo? Yes, yes.
I'll just go in the horny jail.
Yeah, go to a horny jail. Well, I did just suck on my cucumber slice. I can go there too. They finish chatting and go to the presbytery.
What is it, Leon?
Well, the girls are together.
You came to me.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were talking to our DM or if you were talking
Leon.
to Serena. Father Mo just invited the two agents for tea. So I don't know. Do you have anything here in your room?
The two agents that
Casey warned us about.
I did say that it was conspicuous to have a bowling game with Casey.
Anyway, do you have anything in your room that could be, you know?
They're not gonna go for a
No.
room, are
It's more of just to be sure that they will go to our room. You know, if they flash their badges, it's better if we just you know, don't look too suspicious.
they?
'Cause there's
I might
something-
need a few minutes.
Okay, I'll stall them if they come to the rooms. Okay.
I have no idea where to put it though.
Okay, I'll stall them, and you go do your thing.
I'm gonna dash in my room, get the painting, and I have no hiding place.
Well, you can just try and, use a larceny check to put it, maybe in a coat in your wardrobe where it wouldn't be too visible, or find a good hiding spot with larceny.
Alright. I think I'm basically gonna mingle it with the rest of my art supplies hidden in the wardrobe.
Yeah. Sounds like a reasonable thing to do. One? All right. That's what they'll have to beat if they try to search your room. If they try to search your room, you're being very suspicious of these.
We're being very careful, too.
You're very suspicious of the gays, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
As one should.
Have you
I
met a
should
gay?
know.
Never trust me.
Never.
Y'all should know by now.
As both your DM and the gay, do not trust me.
So once it's hidden, Serena's gonna go back to the kitchen and get back to preparing lunch with extras.
And shortly after, they arrive. They're talking about the weather in Boston. Hey there, says boy. I didn't know you had people with you living here, Father Mo. Oh, yes, these are down on their luck people, and they are staying here for just a little moment until they get back on their feet.
Hi, my name's Amelia. Father Mo has been very kind to us, offering us roof and some food on our plates. He's
Well,
very
that's
kind.
a good Christian if I've ever seen one.
The best, I'm sure.
So we were lucky enough. Amelia got to me before I finished preparing lunch, so I got some extras. Do you want me to set up the living room in any special way, or are we taking the kitchen table?
Oh, just a kitchen table. I just invited them over for a little tea. And maybe a little sandwich, it would seem.
I hope they like sandwiches.
Who wouldn't like sandwiches, miss? So,
All right.
you all, Jay, you left, I guess? You didn't go to the presbytery? Perfect. You all sit down with your little sandwiches and cup of tea. You notice Daddy putting like 4 sugar cubes in his tea. He's just boop, 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 boop.
Do you want me to go get more, or is that enough?
Oh, that should be well enough. Thank you very much. So, what circumstances would have brought you to be here, Mrs.?
To make a long story short, I had an argument with my parents not so long ago, and I needed a new roof.
Well, I would understand that. When I was 17, my parents kicked me out of the house because of my sexuality. So I understand how you feel.
It seems like things never change, do they?
Slowly. They need work. They need work and love to change. Ain't that true, boy? Yeah, Daddy.
So, what are you doing in town? Were you looking to buy in the neighborhood or something?
Oh, we're here on a business trip. We're here for a couple weeks still, taking some time to take this city in. And boy, it continues. So far, it's been good. It's not my first time in Boston, but we never take the time usually.
I reckon you have found a good place to stay at least.
Oh yeah, we have.
Were you closer to the city center, or were you lucky enough to get the calmer places in the outskirts?
we went downtown.
Where the action is. Good spot.
Wouldn't miss out. And you, sorry, I can't remember your name.
It's Amelia.
Amelia. Are you from around these parts?
Born and raised in Boston. Well, no, in Texas. God damn it, I don't remember my own background.
This
Let's start
Lesbian,
again.
was it?
Yeah. But there's no woman in the... Serena? Sorry.
Honey, you're
Born
cute,
and
but
raised
please
in
no.
Texas.
So from
My
well,
family
I should have known from the accent, of course.
Yeah, I moved to Boston hoping to get some good jobs, and sometimes a bad day is enough to put you on the street. Fatima
Indeed.
was kind enough to open his door when I needed it.
Didn't think of going back to your family back in Texas?
Well, I'm a grown woman now. I can't always rely on my poor parents.
I get that.
Still right to them, though.
So you keep this tense standoff of answering their question. Honestly, just from their question, it would be hard to think they are investigating you. Like they're just playing nice. Give me a moment. I'm looking up a little something.
He's looking at Lord Beijing. Like,
And where are the lies?
So about that golden retriever you used to have when you were 5 years old.
Yeah, about
Excuse
that
me?
one. Just for me, are you lying right now about your family to them?
It's half lies, half truth. Born and
Because your
raised
family is in Boston,
Texas.
if I remember.
Yes, my family is in Boston.
Roll for subterfuge +3, because they have no good reason to really doubt you right now. Like your story checks out, and it does make sense. They also get one. I give you the success because I've said that. I give the upper hand to my players because I love you.
Like, I stutter and they go, huh? But I keep the story, so. Well,
Yeah, and
Probably
everything makes
nervous.
sense. Est-ce que je viens de voir tes photos de moi? Thanks, mate.
you're
That was the
welcome. It was a
cucumber.
delight to take that picture.
All right. Eventually, boy just, could I use the restroom, please? Where is it?
Sure. Furthermore, would it be better to take the basement one? Since we have our stuff in the upper one? I know it's less clean, but
Well, if you prefer the privacy, roll subterfuge, not to lie, but to try and just give a message to Father Mo. Just so he understands that you do not want them there, and
Furthermore, I shaved this morning. It's disgusting upstairs.
is there something along with the subterfuge?
just roll straight. You don't have successes? Oh, well, I didn't clean downstairs recently. They should go up. I reckon that you take good care of it.
I hope you don't mind hair in the shower.
Oh, well, I wasn't taking my shower, so don't worry about it. Oh, no, yes.
Give me a second.
Sure.
I'll show you, and I'll just remove our
Oh.
toothbrushes and the bits of hair.
Fair enough.
And I'm gonna lead him there and just like check up the bathroom, grab the toothbrushes, pull a bit of hair, and just like, okay, if there's nothing left. Whoop.
And he goes in the bathroom.
There's a bath towel so full of hair. Like animal hair. So it's like, have you washed your cat or dog or what?
Okay,
You
but
wouldn't see it.
here's a technical thing. Is the hair that Marie sheds when she washes protected or covered or hidden by her mien? By her, like, even if it's on the towel and not on her anymore?
Her mien doesn't shed. There you go.
Fair enough.
Fair.
We lost Gab.
Gab died again, but she is there.
Or not.
She's back.
Oh. A girl.
Right.
So
Yeah, I can talk. I can for everything. It's weird. Okay.
it's just us. So yeah, he goes in the bathroom and you go back to the table or you wait for him and it's awkward.
I do have toothbrushes and hands, so I'll
Fair
just
enough.
post in the hallway.
All right. So you wait for him. It's a little awkward because you're waiting for strangers in front of a bathroom.
I'm walking in the hallway to make it less bad.
A little. Still. And well, everything goes all right. You both come back together, talking about whatever, still on with the small talk about
The
weather in
weather.
Boston, and the nice places he could go and see maybe later.
Like the frog pond?
Like the frog pond. Everyone loves the frog pond so much. And you go back to the table. They keep, they stay for maybe half an hour, 45 minutes before taking their leaves for other activities. So you managed to not get them into your room.
Well, it wasn't really a
If they ever were going into your room, like maybe you were reading into that.
Leon,
Careful.
and Padre,
Yes.
we will need a bigger heads up next time that we have guests over.
Well, they were just lovely, and they don't often go to church, so I wanted them to have a very good experience.
It's very alright. Just give us 5-10 more minutes so I can make sure that everything is fine. With like everything, we're never too sure with the bathroom if it's gonna be clean and everything upstairs,
Oh, well, you're both very kempt here. I wouldn't be ashamed of. I don't think there was any problem, but I'm sorry. I will try and give longer heads up if I invite people over in the future.
Gracias. I know it's silly. It's just being cautious after all this time.
I understand. Well, were they not just lovely? Very good gentlemen.
Very good indeed. Have you figured out where they came from, though? Didn't seem to want to mention it at all.
Oh, well, I didn't really press for more about that.
I'm curious. I couldn't recognize that accent.
Worldly people, I would guess. I mean, if they are here for work, I can assume they travel a lot.
That is very possible.
And that would conclude that scene. If you want to do other ones about other things before I keep going with other stuff.
Leon. Wait.
Leon on the phone.
Wait.
Casey, guess what?
We cannot contact each other every single time something happens, Leon.
What?
Remember the weird.
Never mind.
Remember the weird guy in Stay Pass just said, okay, I shouldn't say much more because Serena's looking at me weird. Yeah, bye.
Leon, we're trying not to make them tie all of us together.
Well, they are gone.
But we never know if
No.
we bugged his phone or not.
They could have
Yeah,
tapped
but
the
like-
place and you wouldn't know.
But like Casey was super worried. So
Actually. I'm gonna check.
Roll investigation wits.
oh my god, I want to do that too.
I might give a little penalty because she doesn't have like equipment for it, or would equipment for it give bonuses?
Get a -1 because it doesn't really necessarily require gear.
Equipment, but yeah.
Go for a -1
Hey.
because it's not big. 2, 1. You don't seem to find any. Maybe they're just real good at hiding them though, because it's opposed.
I'm gonna be careful with everything I say in the bathroom now.
Yeah, because you did not look. Well, you did search the bathroom, but they were the only place where they were unattended. So you do not tell Casey anything else, and it's very confusing for the poor man.
He doesn't sleep for a week because he's like, what did they mean? What did they mean?
I mean, when he comes back, he might say something, but
I want to go get a job.
The intro scene was you looking for a
I'm
job.
still looking. I'm by the phone every day, like, when will they call?
But it's been like 1 week, so you're like, let's say next week I'm gonna call them.
Nick is gonna tell Casey about the visitor.
Oh, that is fair. Because he did know. Here he is. What are you eating? Is it a spaghetti? Oh my god, this is just primary school stuff. Eating raw
Is
spaghetti.
I
is
mean-
Gab anything but a primary school student?
Oh my god, G2.
Jay's got even more.
Feral animals.
It was his idea.
Snacking on dry spaghetti.
Let the poor children live. They can eat whatever the fuck they want.
They're adults. They can't
No,
eat
they're
raw
not.
pasta.
I'm
Jay-
really not ready to say that, but I mean, let them live.
Be- being an adult just means that you can have breakfast on cake if you want.
There you go. Well said.
Alright,
So
so
Jake-
Casey, yep. Well, while they're having tea, I'll probably left to go to the bowling alley since we're Sunday.
You're not working today, Casey.
Okay.
For convenience sake.
Oh.
Oi, is Joey, is Casey here?
Or I thought you were going for the scene, and my mouth was just
That's
so
for laughing.
full.
Just grabbed the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was
he's
on
in
his
the
lunch
bathroom.
break, and you grabbed him, and you went, "Where's Casey?" And he's like,
That's for judging the spaghetti.
He's very bored because there's no one on Sunday mornings at the
I'm
bowling
patching
alley.
you through. Well, there's just like elderly. I'm patching you through.
Are you calling or are you coming over?
No, I'm coming over. I'm at the front desk.
Oh, I thought you were calling.
Nah,
He's
I'll
behind.
show up.
Okay, he's behind.
Thanks, Joey. Shining as always. The shoes, I mean.
Tell me about it.
Come in.
Lint, go under the table.
No,
Come here.
I'm probably like holding lint and watching like something on the computer.
What, Ghosty?
Uh,
Oh, it's Nick. I just came by to tell you that
I
The-
could have. I
no.
did put together that with your ugly mug, it was you.
one day.
Mr. Stone!
Oh my god, no, not him. Alright, you kept him. Why on earth did you keep him? Anyways, I just swung by to tell you that I was at a church with Father Mose and everything, and a man who wasn't too old and a man who wasn't too young showed up. They seemed to they were talking with Father Mose and sorta interrogating him. It was kind of weird. Oh, I think they're having tea right now.
Well, Father Mo has like plausible deniability to the ears, so I'm not worried about that.
Oh, it's mostly the girls that are with him. I just wanted to give you a heads up that I think they're gonna start snooping around us a lot.
If they, what we should try and find out is if they are mortal or not,
Can we see through? Is there a possible way for us to try and see through a Mian, or if they're hiding it to try and pierce that?
You can do what is called kenning.
Yes, indeed.
You basically probe people's soul in a way to see if they have any supernatural things.
We're gonna
So
find
whether
out-
they are
we're gonna find out that they're
changelings
mages and we're fucked.
or other things.
Yeah, if the mages were fucked. um, I
So
maybe-
yes, you could try and see. It will tell you if they are not human. You need an
Alright.
exceptional success to know what they are.
So we need to know if they are mortals or not.
Well, is a fetch considered a mortal, or is it considered
No.
a supernatural thing?
It would be considered a supernatural entity.
It's called a hillbilly.
You put an extra A in there.
Or like it's her accent from the south, it's just kicking in. Hillbilly instead of hillbilly.
Hillbilly?
Hillbilly. Hell of a bus. Or,
I think
or
that's
that's
speaking like with a mouthful of marbles.
or maybe cucumber. But anyways,
A
so it's all I came to back to say today. I just came here to tell you that I'm off again.
okay. Well, that's good to know. You wouldn't happen to know any kids show besides Dora?
I'll be back.
The Muppets.
I'll look into that. That's a good one. And so I
I
start
heard
Dora
you talking
the
about the
Explorer.
Muppets.
And
Sorry,
so I start
before I left.
Dora the Explorer again on the computer for Lint to watch.
You're
Find
listening to Rainbow Connection from the Muppet because there needs banjo in my game and there isn't.
Or is it one of the episodes where they use socks as people? I want one with the sock stocks.
Oh, okay.
Look, I said I was watching Dora, and next time I'm
It's
gonna
Dora.
be watching the Muppets, okay?
What is a Muppet?
You'll see soon enough. But after that, I have to work, okay?
Okay. We keep watching Dora with a pile of sock.
Does watching Dora with a pile of sock count as doing some good in Boston?
Not really. I would go and say, really not.
Jay, do you tell me about what you saw in the church when you come back to the bar?
Yeah. If I get back to it's Sunday though, I don't go to the bar. We're closed.
Oh, we're closed on Sunday. Oh, well then.
Well,
Forget
it's the
it
day
then.
of the Lord.
But I probably do pass by your place to warn you.
Shout out to Carol.
Do you
Oh,
tell
that's
me
good.
that you are you still at Stacy's?
I reckon that since she got a job at the bar as well, we probably took like a bigger place and we live in a bigger apartment. Would that be fair, Ralph?
It's
Yeah,
been like
sure. I mean,
yeah, so
it's been like 3 weeks. So you're still in the same apartment, but you're looking for better?
All right, fair enough. So yes, I'd still, all in all, I'd still be at Stacy's.
I'll just swing by, knock on your door. How does this goddamn intercom work already? 803. What the hell is Stacy's last name? And I have to look in my notes. This beep.
Yes.
It's Nick. You have a minute? I'll be real quick.
Sure. Do you want me to come down, or you're coming up?
I'll come up. I just talked to you about what happened in church.
Oh, I thought we were past that. I'm not interested in converting.
I know. I'm not here to evangelize you. I'm here to discuss about people who have been going to church.
All right, but the first sign of a Bible or holy water, I'm throwing coffee at your face.
All right.
So I buzz you in.
I climb up the stairs to whatever floor you're at, and then I knock on the door. We open the door. Right, so I'm just slipping by to warn you.
The shower is running right now.
You're wasting bloody hot water.
No,
No,
it's
there's someone
Stacy,
in
you
there.
idiot.
Oh. Fine. I just went by quickly to warn you about this. The folks that Casey warned us about, they were at church this morning. They were talking with Father Mo. So
Okay, and I
just a heads up that they'll be.
and I do hope that no one's doing anything about that, right?
Oh, I don't think so. The two girls are supposed to be there, but they're probably having tea with them as well.
No,
I just
I mean,
wanna
I mean, the moment that we're gonna do something, we're gonna look suspicious, which is exactly what they want. So no, we don't do anything. We don't react. We don't talk about it. It just happened. They met someone, and these are people with a very fluid notion of professionalism. That is all.
Or maybe I should have called in, because running around town going to see the people who are suspicious is probably not the best move I've done all day.
Dear Lord, it's as if
What
I
are
have
you, an ex-gangster, you?
it's as if I have to teach all of you how to do a decent con.
How about this? This is just a heads up. I just came by to swing and give you your next agenda for this week. Since you're both my employees, I have more than a good reason to be here. And I
Oh,
forgot my wallet.
are you coming to swing?
I'll just start stepping out of the door frame. All right, so I'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be there. Stacy, darling, he brought us the schedule for next week.
Sure, whatever. When I'm not in my shower, I'll care.
Fair enough.
Why would a boss show at your place?
I'm a very devoted man. Okay.
Mary, you are at the Autumn Court. Persimmon asked to talk to you. Hello, my dear Amelia.
My king? Is
How
something
have
the matter?
you been doing?
I've been making friends. I'm searching for a job, so it's nice.
Talking of which, you have been with us for over 2 months now. And I think it is high time that we look into your past. See, you have yet to take care of certain business, unpleasant ones. And I know that you have been through a lot. But it could be a grave danger for all of us. So I thought you should look into that quickly. Do you have any clues?
About my past.
Your fetch, to be precise.
I have a few places I could check, I guess.
You don't need to act now, but at least knowing what and where it's about would be a good insurance.
Yeah, I can check can go check that.
I understand it is no easy thing. I know that you know how important it is. Enjoy your day. Look into that later this week. When your heart is steeled and ready. Where did you think to go? Anyone you remember where they live?
There there's my old job and my family house. If they're still there. I didn't check.
Maybe you could check on your family. Job sure is important, but after all these years, are they still there?
I'll go go check.
If you need anything, let me know. But for now, I reckon that you need time.
Yeah, thank you, my king.
Remember that one day it will all be behind you. The worries of today's are the victories of tomorrow.
You're right. Yeah. Was that was the doll looking?
Repeat that, sorry. Ralph didn't get it.
Was the doll my king? Was this all my king?
Yes. I was really out of it. We were speaking a word and it was just, whoop. That is all.
Have have a nice day.
You two as much as you can.
And she's gonna leave.
All right. Oh, yes, this is what you think this is, Maddie. If you want to go talk about that to someone, you can, or you can wait after, like I do a scene now, and after that you can go and do it after the next scene.
Yeah, she's gonna take a breather, so you can do a scene, it's fine.
Monday? No, Tuesday. So 2 days after that. Thaddeus works is Tuesday. He's alone at the bar because there's like no one.
Fair enough.
That's Jen.
Except for Jen. Never forget our alcoholic.
Resident alcoholic.
Resident alcoholic. And as luck would have it, you would not believe who enters.
Oh.
2 men, one not so old and one not so young.
So nice of them to show up.
Yeah.
Panic,
With a
panic.
deer
Yes,
skin
panic.
suitcase.
And they have a brochure.
Grand reopening.
Oh, actually, you have, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I was gonna say you have some customer, but it is Tuesday, so it doesn't really matter. No one really goes on a bar on a Tuesday, so it's pretty empty. And these 2 gentlemen come in.
Well, welcome, gentlemen. You're lucky enough to have the bar to yourself, the bar and myself to yourselves. So, what can I do for you this fine evening?
Well, we've we've found this little brochure with about your bar. We thought it could be a nice place to visit. You know, the local spots of Boston.
Well, I will tell you, it is very much a local spot. That much I can tell you.
Well, that much I can tell, says Boy. Like, yep, sounds like a local place.
Not much else to say about that, but we serve drinks and we're not stingy on the alcohol in them, so that's a plus. What will
That's
you
a
have?
plus. They come and sit at the counter.
Mhm.
That'll be one of your good whiskey and a cosmopolitan.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're asking a lot with good whiskey. I'll see what I can do. Nah, and he pulls a bottle of whiskey, hands like pours glasses.
So you give them the drink. You give the whiskey to Daddy and the Cosmo to Boy, and they switch it around.
Well, I'm very sorry. I'm dreadfully sorry. I shouldn't have assumed.
Don't worry about it. So is it always so lively here?
Well, Tuesday evenings tend to be, yes, that seems suit of liveliness, if you will.
Yeah, that is. I get that. Lots of people coming in usually.
Nah, we have a few customers. There's a few regulars as well. But that's between you and me. The owner is kind of. He's very angry very often, so it doesn't do that much for the personnel. But we have a few regulars, as most dive bars in Boston.
Just mean to tell you that you have rights as worker, and if he does anything bad, you can report.
Oh no, nothing of the sort. He's just grumpy.
All right.
I mean, customers do tend to prefer a smiling face rather than.
I understand. Just the first thing you told me about your boss was that he was very angry, and I was just saying. Thaddeus runs out the window.
Where's Thaddeus? He's not there.
Sorry.
It's okay. So yeah, just the only thing you told me about your boss was that he was very angry, and I'm just saying.
Well, angry would have been a tough word. Most grumpy would have been more appropriate.
Cute accent you got there. You not from around here?
One could say that. But then again, this is the colonies, isn't it? Not most people here aren't from around here.
They look at
Or at
one
least not
another.
really.
Well, I guess it is a harbor city.
Well, I mean, unless some people are unless people are native, there's usually they'd be strangers.
And they
Wouldn't
just
they?
found something weird.
You know, I was born in Boston.
Were you?
Yeah, well, we moved a lot, but we lived here some time.
And did you like the city?
Oh, barely remember it. But I'm taking the little taste of it right as we speak.
One sip of whiskey at a time.
Yeah.
And what brings you back here?
Oh, work. The boring stuff, really.
The usual drag.
The usual, yeah.
Listen, this is a long evening, and I'm way overdue for some excitement. Let's say we make it interesting. Would you be willing to play dice with me? I have these two six-sided dices, and whoever wins. If I win, I pay for your drink, and if you win, no, other way around. If I win, we'll figure something out, and if you win, I pay for your drink.
Awfully non-specific.
Okay, let's make it around. If you win, you pay me a drink. If I win, you pay me a drink, and if I win, I pay for yours.
Can live with those odds.
Simply to spice up the evening a little bit. So we'll.
And one goes, actually, I'm not in a gaming mood.
Yeah, that's too bad. Maybe.
Wanna roll empathy?
Sure. Empathy plus
wits.
Right. I might willpower that. Nice.
It is weird how he suddenly changed it. Well, how Boy just shut down your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that
I-
was very defensive and kind of sudden.
All right. Well, Thaddeus is not gonna like if he's surprised or anything about it, he's not gonna make it let it show. And he's just gonna keep cleaning the bar and working on that.
Anything happen interesting in Boston lately?
Well, there was a few weeks back this rave, which was absolutely fantastic. The ladies in there were absolutely breathtaking. I believe I still have the number of one of the organizers in my small phone. Um, s- I do need a bit of practice with it, but nonetheless, there was this fantastic rave. If you're more into an arts fashion thing, I do believe there's next week a showing at at the gallery. Impressionist painting, lovely, lovely thing.
And
Should be.
Daddy stops you just, and anything weird. We love, haunted houses, things like that.
Anything weird.
Any folk stories.
Well, there was this thing, and he kind of leans over. There's this fountain in the middle of Boston, in which they say that if you throw a penny in, you do get good luck. And believe it or not, I threw a penny in just for fun. But not later than 3 days after, I found on the ground a lottery ticket, unscratched, and it got me five quids. I mean, if that isn't good luck.
Incredible luck if I've ever seen it.
You should probably. It's near the town square. You should probably throw a penny or two in it if you will.
We'll see if we go in that direction maybe tomorrow.
Nice save.
And well, you talked through all of that, and
Oh yeah,
eventually they.
he's being his slippery self.
Yep. Roll for something social, just to weasel out of their questions that are or not related to things, and but to see if
Present subterfuge or present socialize.
subterfuge, because you're kind of trying to weasel
In
your way.
in the end, it's the same for me as well. Like both ways are the same. Couldn't have been presence persuasion, right? Okay, just gonna check quickly. Does it count as me trying to have them like me? Not really, I believe.
Not really. You're really trying to dodge and
And with the fact that
redirect.
I'm pretty as fuck, help me in any way.
Add just one of your bonus.
Okay.
Like they are on that side of the fence, but the R's also are trying to get something out of you.
Are
is
you fucking kidding me?
Is that an exceptional or just 0?
That is 0. I have
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 dice, and I have 0
Well, I
success.
really thought I wouldn't succeed because you always get so many fucking successes, and I only had 1. But that's good enough.
You know what? You know what, Ralph? I just spent 2 experience on something. Let's spice it up. Let's make it a dramatic failure. Let's spice it up.
I know what I want to give you.
Suspicious.
I just want to go look at the condition just to be sure.
Sticks out like a sore thumb.
I'm looking.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
trying to find a
already
good
doing
one.
that.
I even had spent a willpower in this for real. Like, how? 11 dice.
Hey man,
This was
sometimes.
exalted level rolling.
Betrayed by your own dice. How does it
I
feel?
know. Terrible. This has never. No, that's not true. I was gonna say this has never happened to me. It has. It has in the past. This one terrible, awful, no good game where I got shot down by like a revolver. With Clay. That one game, Clay was just gunned down on the first shot. Was just awful. It's in the same range at this point.
Wasn't it like with assault rifles while you were raiding like the underground Ares
Oh,
facility?
it's true. They were assault rifle, but still,
Yeah.
like something that I should have brushed off usually.
Yeah, yeah, something you would have looked straight in the eye and then you were just mowed down, and Ralph
Oh, yeah.
quickly after.
But
But it's okay, you made a dragon pal.
All right, here's what it's going to be. Through the conversation, eventually they sort of notice something is weird and that you're weaseling your way out.
fair enough.
And eventually, Daddy will pull his police badge, say, sorry to tell you that you just sold alcohol to minor. Could I have your ID?
You're gonna cost me a fortune. Fuck.
And you're gonna not be able to provide that.
That's
and will
funny.
gain the leverage condition.
Actually, just let me see something quickly. No.
Gain the what condition?
Leveraged. They
Uh,
know something fishy about you and they will use that against you eventually.
Ralph, can you allow me? Do you allow me to backtrack? And if I still fail, I will go back. But I realize I have Devil's Advocacy, which allows me to reroll one failed subterfuge per scene.
Okay. Because you do have it.
Ralph is a mighty god.
Thank you, Ralph. And
Actually, I would like that you don't.
Fair enough.
Because I really like you being leveraged and them being onto something.
Fair enough.
Like so far, everything has been perfect.
All right.
So let's give just a coin to your DM.
This is when we start
oh,
failing
Fanny
and going down.
plenty.
Shush, we're gonna get sued.
Yeah, that was much better. All right.
Yeah. So they ask you for your ID and you're like, oh, I forgot them, or try and Daddy will. All right, sir. Not here to find trouble, but if we find it, we'll see each other soon, I reckon. But you can sleep on both ears. Don't worry too much. We're not your enemies. We just... They're gay.
We're just gay.
The damn gays.
All right. So, you'll hear about us soon. Maybe make sure you have everything in order and ready to have a talk by then. Tony froze.
Do you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I hear you now.
Well, I certainly do appreciate knowing where I stand with people. And Thaddeus's demeanor has gone from friendly and charming to straight up cold. So if you're not my enemies, what should I assume that you are? Because that was not a very friendly talk, if you will.
Well, I'm not really your friend either. Don't worry about that.
I didn't assume you were. Don't worry.
Hey, look, we're just two men doing their work. Hey, Dad, you want to go somewhere else? I reckon you could go somewhere else, yes. Thanks for the drink. And they get up. And they leave. Have a good one.
Sure.
Mwah.
Wait.
Chevron
There's-
exception also reroll.
Yeah. So there's a thing that jumped out to me in that exchange.
Talk about it in game.
Thaddeus is not gonna call anyone. He's just gonna keep doing his thing until I believe that would be case that Nicholas would come and
Well, Nicholas,
relieve
you're not
him.
working. But if you want to go there for any reasons or
I'll probably just show up towards the evening when some people start being there just to make sure everything's going all right.
Hey Nicholas.
Thaddeus, how's the day been going? Seen anyone? Or was there anyone in here actually?
Remember how you love me and that you think that I'm not a pain in your butt?
And you see, he just freezes because he knows you're gonna announce some bad shit.
You remember how I wasn't a liability to us all?
Yeah, I remember that.
And it would be a safe bet for anyone to assume that a federal agent would not be a minor.
It would, since I'm pretty sure the law asks you to be 18 plus. I'm not quite sure what Casey's pointing, but I'm pretty sure if you want to be a federal agent, you gotta be more than 18.
One would assume so as well. I might have served some alcohol to a minor
What?
who
Was a
happened
federal agent?
who happened to be a man not that old with a man not that young. They showed up at the bar. It was lovely. Had a nice talk. They're definitely onto something fishy. They wouldn't play games with me. Also, federal agents now know that you have an illegal immigrant in your bar.
Stacy?
No, it's me, you daft idiot.
You're illegal?
Well, I certainly didn't come here by. I certainly didn't come here by the latest boat, did I?
Don't you have a? I don't know. You don't have like an identity card or something?
Oh, sure. Let me pull out my papers from 1823. I'm sure that'll go swimmingly with the authorities. What do you say? And I turned to like one of the hipsters drinking his Caribbean. We're rehearsing for a play. Look away. Now,
I'll just come like take my phone and take a picture of his face. I'm gonna make sure you don't get caught being an idiot again. Then. I mean, please verify the kid's identity when they walk in and they look like they're under my age. Whoever walks in, this isn't
okay.
1850.
Okay, but let's consider the fact as well that a federal agent is a minor.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's not.
Let's also consider the fact that one of the federal agents was able to detect one of the contracts I was about to use on the other.
Well, so you're pretty much confirming that those two are not human?
I'm not confirming they're not human. I'm confirming they might be human, but I'm definitely confirming that they know something is weird.
Do we know about hunters, Ralph?
Not like specifically, but you also wouldn't be surprised that humans do not like supernatural things.
Yeah, me too, Casey. Me too. I wouldn't like that.
But they could
Um,
still be changelings, though, hiding their identities.
All right, so I'm gonna get something up for you with this whole identity thing, so you don't get caught again, and just make sure you don't sell alcohol to minors. We'll investigate the whole thing tomorrow with the gang.
Okay, I'm just saying that they have shit on me.
Well, it's a bit too late to get you out of that shit, except if we get with them and we start understanding what they want and why they're here.
What I'm saying is that if there's any more bullshit that either one of us needs to get into, keep me out of it. Because I'm a danger and a liability to y'all. Oh, I'm
'Cause-
starting to speak like Amelia.
Why? You're being too reasonable now. What's going with you?
I'm
Can I
not being
say-
reasonable, I'm being strategic. We're playing chess right now with some people who have who obviously have more pieces on the board than we do.
Well, you say that, but they seem as confused as you and me.
Well, obviously they knew something was going on if they went to see Casey, and then you three, and then they came to me.
Oh, they didn't come and see us three. They went to see Father Mose.
Oh, yes. And they didn't come to see me, they just went to come and have a drink.
The point stays. It's not because they got leverage on you that we're just gonna put you aside if shit comes up.
I'm saying that we need to think about the next moves carefully. That is all.
I agree with that, which is why we're gonna talk it up with the gang. Because I am not making any decisions tonight with you, deciding what we do with those two.
Well, I'm not saying that we're making a decision. I'm just saying that there's developments in the case that have been noticed. And that these informations put light onto something else. Onto the fact that, first of all, they might be possibly, how did you call it? Hunters?
I,
Or-
yep,
he didn't say that.
I didn't say it, but I did think it. Well, I don't think they're hunters. Or I'd probably already be dead.
Who knows? Or maybe vigilantes with a strong sense of moral who want to make sure that something was actually off. Or maybe they are changelings, or maybe they're loyalists, or maybe, do you know what? Maybe they have gods coming down from heaven to smite us down. Who knows? Here's the thing: is they know something is off, and they're still looking for more information, obviously. But now they kind of have me by the nice and hairs, don't they?
What if they're legal agents? Might I remind you that even a mask of superiority can be easily pierced or destroyed if we pinpoint or just point with a finger that something's wrong with their gig. Just like the fact that he's a minor and no federal agent can be a minor.
It's not a mask of superiority. Casey looked into their file. They had a file.
Oh, yeah, that's something the contract could do. I could do that. I have my name in the doctor's office. Well, I had it while the contract was on.
That's
But it was
not,
short-lived.
You
That's not
misheard
what the contract
you
does.
misheard what I said though. No, it can't fabricate FBI for FBI files. That's what I textually said earlier.
and I know the contract. I have it as well.
Everybody got mask of superiority.
Oh, it's
Everyone's
good.
an FBI
It's
agent.
good. It's really good.
This does give me a few ideas. Nonetheless, what I'm saying, all in all, is that these are not normal folks. And so we need to stop thinking into normal folks' patterns. Obviously, this is not a mask of superiority situation, but there's something more going on under there. And we should discuss this with the others.
Yes.
But I'm saying that now I'm a goddamn fucking liability. That is
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
I get it. They have your balls in their hands. I'm just wondering how to not get them twisted right now, and I'm pretty sure the others will help us figure that out.
Kinky.
I'd rather keep my balls anywhere, like nowhere near Amelia, but I get your point.
And for tonight, I'm just gonna go upstairs in my office, and I'll come back with something that shows that you're not an illegal immigrant from 200 years ago. All right?
They're taking our jobs.
The
Well,
goddamn
on a
immigrants from 2,000 years
completely
ago.
unrelated note. On a completely unrelated note, there is a bottle of rum missing from the back room. I do not know where it went, and I'll endeavor to try to find it. Most likely, my leads point that it will be found empty, possibly tomorrow morning.
I swear to God, if I will have to install cameras here, because if that shit keeps happening, in case Thaddeus, I can't just keep missing rum and Jim everywhere now. And then
I don't know. There must be. I think there might be a goblin, and or a hobgoblin, or possibly, Casey has been bringing lint around where you're not here. Maybe lint sneaks off and steals a few things. Who knows? I'll investigate. I'll tell you. I'll keep you updated on that.
All right,
Yeah.
scene.
No, wait.
Scene.
I just want to tell you one thing before we not to him but to you, Ralph.
Okay.
After that, Nick's gonna go upstairs, and I have a specialty in forgery, so I'm actually gonna do a fake driver's license for Thaddeus.
Roll for it with Dex larceny with your specialty or wherever your forgery specialty is.
Yeah, it would be craft. It's craft
Go for
forgery.
But I'm telling you, you are making a convincing ID, but you're not putting him in, governments.
No. It's just so that he can flash it quickly if he needed, that kind of thing.
That is fair.
It'll
That will
give him
take you
a
the
bar.
rest of the night for sure. Because it's very finicky and, Anything before we move along to another 3? All right. Note it somewhere, or maybe, Tony, you can go like fake ID 3 successes. Like in equipment or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a merit because it's not, there is literally no paper trail with that. It's just plastic. But
No.
Amelia wants to do something with the boys and the girls, or just keep to herself her fun little thing she has to do, or maybe Thaddeus wants to admit to Casey that he fucked up.
You didn't have to say up. That he fucked.
We
That
know
boy
he fucks. That's not the question.
That is not the question.
Amelia,
I mean, look at the boy. He
stop
fucks.
Amelia, if you stop interacting with the world, you'll get the food delivered at your door.
Amelia well, keep coming to meals, keep going on walk, do her usual things, but she will be very quick to go to her room and go like, "Oh, I'm so tired. You wouldn't believe how tired I am. Oh, I'm so sleepy."
You will get printed pictures of beautiful sights with words of encouragement on the back.
Oh.
Murder.
Murder
Guilty.
is okay.
Have a good day. Don't forget that I love you. You're a wonderful friend.
Wholesome.
Omelette this morning.
It's fine. I know she froze.
As cold as her heart.
When she stabbed Liam.
All right.
We can
So
hear you.
we get our cutesy pootsy scene.
Yes, and I will tell Serena and Fatima that I will maybe come back a bit later today, and gotta go.
Are you sure everything is alright?
I'm fine. Don't worry.
When you say that, I do worry.
Yeah, that's fair. We're kind of hanging out with a lot of weirdos, so I'm gonna be okay.
Alright. Maddie, do you have anything on you that is reflective? And that includes your cross if it's made of any kind of metal or anything.
It's made of metal.
Is it reflective?
No.
Probably a little, but if you were to look through it, it would be really
Shit.
shitty.
Okay.
You could see like silhouettes and shapes, but probably not more.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm thinking.
I'm sorry, I don't wear any glasses. I mean, I don't wear any glasses.
Can I actually make it a mirror?
But you want to polish it? Or if you want to literally polish it, that would be a craft check.
Change material into another.
It could help. It wouldn't be perfect because it's very, textured in terms of surface because it's a cross and, there's probably a little Jesus on there. But
Just a little
if you do
Jesus.
that, little dinky little Jesus, but that would help if you were to make it like silver instead of just whatever cheap metal that is.
Sure.
Hey!
I will turn it
That's
into.
rude.
I will turn it into the most reflective material I can. I'm sorry.
Roll whatever that requires you to roll.
Glamour.
It's just you pay one and it does it?
Apparently.
Well, if it is what it is, you do it for the glamour price.
I guess I can roll a bit just to see how.
Well, if it says that
subterfuge is, like sleight of hand it.
What's the name of the contract? And what page?
It's not. It's my semen.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Teaming
It's
your
build equipment action. Change a material into another.
but you need tools.
Do
But
I?
I guess you would have some tools.
I'll trust you on this.
Like you would need a tool fitting to work metal, so like an anvil and an oven.
I won't do that.
I assume you don't have that yet, but that could be a good investment to have.
I mean, I'll find it. I'll find something at some point for that. Finally on. I'll let you escape.
That's
All right.
nice.
I think I'm
Before-
gonna slip a mirror in your pocket.
You're gonna see the bottom of her pocket.
Yes, but she knows that if she needs help, I
Yeah.
can be there. Somehow.
Before we move to that scene, earlier that day, Nicholas, you didn't work the day before, and would it be weird for your character to go at the cemetery to see his wife?
No, it's a very common thing to do on Mondays. Sure, I'll be there, giving not bread to the birds, like seeds or something.
Salad
You-
does well.
You arrive at the cemetery, and you see police cars. And like do not trespass thingies a little further away in the cemetery. Like in the place where it's the newer graves.
I probably like take a peek, but I don't cross the lines. But I definitely take a peek. What are they looking around?
Well, you see like one or two broken headstone, and you see earth.
Like one of the places seem to have been dug up.
There are a lot of police, but you would make that conjecture.
Is there any officer that's near the do not cross thingies?
Yep, definitely.
I'll try and just poke one. Be like, "I sorry, sir. Someone dig up a grave over there."
And actually,
Is it a young man and a?
you talk with one of the regular officer, and he goes to answer, and then behind you, you hear, well, we have some time to answer your question. I'm sure this officer here is extremely busy.
Am I at the scene?
No. Well, roll a chance die just for fun. Just for fun.
That's a 1.
Just for fun. You are not. Definitely not.
I could have.
Yeah. If you would have rolled like a success, I would have said yes.
Oh, I know you two.
Well, you do tell me something. Maybe I've seen you somewhere around town.
Oh, yeah, I saw you at church a few days ago. You guys are. I thought you were here for. Yeah, you were here for work. You guys are officers.
Yes.
I sort of be sneaking around, peeking around. But I come to this graveyard often, and first time I see grave robbing happening around here.
Well, good thing that is the first time.
Grave robbing?
Grave?
Oh no. What seems to have happened? If I can ask you, I know you're not supposed to answer all these stuff, but
Well, I'm not supposed to tell everything, but I sure can answer a question or two. Seems like four tombs were four graves were well, he just looks and you see the little amount of dirt and yes.
were they graves with people in it? Like, did someone steal bodies?
That's what graves are.
Oh yes, I know, but they could be fresh graves, or they could be well, I don't know. Well, okay, maybe they just stole the jewelry or whatever. You know, I've heard stories of people digging up graves trying to find the jewelry on dead kings and whatnot.
Well, from the early reports, it appears to be relatively new ones.
Oh, that's a shame that someone would just dig up something sacred out of this ground. on the dead, most of it, disturbing the dead like that, it just turns me mad, I say, mad.
Wouldn't have seen anything suspicious around these parts? If you're here today, maybe you were here yesterday and saw something weird.
Around the graveyard, not I can think of. I come here maybe once a week. Well, no, I don't think I've seen anything suspicious in the graveyard.
Well, that just adds that much trouble to our little visit in Boston.
You have any suspects? I mean, I don't even know if there's other, casuals, people that come here often or anything. So
We're in the
maybe
early
someone.
stages. We've only gotten a call about 30, 45 minutes ago. Happened during the night when everyone was fast asleep. But if you ever come across any information, make sure to go and tell it to the Boston police.
Oh, I sure will. That's for sure. I'll be a very responsible citizen. I don't like to see tombstones of beloved people like that be dug up. That's just
And if you
rude.
find anything peculiar, make sure to come see us.
Peculiar, like any weird-looking guy digging up graves, kind of peculiar.
Yeah, we're that, sure.
Well, if I find a guy running around with a shovel, you'll be the first to hear.
What was your name again?
Stone, Nicholas Stone.
Nicholas Stone.
I haven't
Thank you.
born that far from here.
Thank you, Mr. Stone. Well, I guess we've got some work to do. It's not our case, but still. If you'll excuse us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The officers are already doing. I'm not holding you anymore.
GOG, I just love running around with the shovel.
Sir, this one.
Boy, oh boy. Running with shovels just is the best.
Heave ho, heave ho.
Can I try and see which tombs have been pillaged?
Roll?
Perception, investigation.
I was gonna say, like, stealth, composure.
Actually, do the two officers leave?
They go on the scene.
Ah, fuck.
But you can't. I'll ask for like composure stuff because it's like a mix of trying to snoop, like a social kind of being stealthy. So you try to look like, oh, it's okay, I'm just looking. So
Yeah,
compose
okay.
yourself.
Composer stealth. This is one of my worst checks ever, I
Composure.
think.
Composure.
That's what you have willpowers for, friend.
Yep, if you wanna.
I'm lethargic. I'm not allowed to use my willpower.
What?
That is funny.
He worked all night for the ID.
So, we were so close to a manipulation stealth of
I'm actually pretty good at this.
I am not here. Do you believe me? I am not here.
He's not there.
I am not there.
Got anything,
These are
little
not
baby?
the droids you're
What
looking
was it?
for.
One of the best checks I ever did in World of Darkness was composure drive to not lose my shit in traffic. But it was actually like some kind of I exceptional successed it. So it was in fact a very meditative.
You got 5 or
experience.
5
I-
successes?
I got 5 successes on 6 dice. I got 3 10s.
We gotta
Ye-
succeed something in that campaign.
All right. Here, you get the 4 names. In and of itself, it doesn't tell you something super specific yet. But you also see the dates. And all the dates are this year.
Okay, it's the 4 that died this. It's the 4 people that suicide this year. All right. Or suicide.
What?
Oh, that's fucked up. I'm gonna go and give Casey a call. Casey, pick the fuck up.
Casey with us.
It's Nick. Okay, I gotta tell you something real fucked up. Let me just walk out of the graveyard real fast.
Of the,
Alright, so I just
where?
I was
What?
at I'm at Boston Cemetery, and
Yeah.
I just met young and not young and the guys, but that's not the problem. The problem is, the 4 people that died this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, their tombs got pillaged. Like somebody dug up the place and took the bodies. I'm guessing
What?
there's the 4 suspicious cases, like the thing with the
Yeah, yeah,
pond
yeah.
and
The suicides.
well, someone or something dug them up, and I can that's not a good thing.
And officers, daddy and boy were there.
Oh yeah, I think they just showed up though. But yeah, they were asking me if I'd seen any grave robbers or people running around with shovels, pretty much.
I'm um part of me has the macabre thought that maybe they did it. They
I
were
don't think so.
they were asking questions about the case and we stonewalled them. Otherwise, that's my first gut reaction, and it's probably wrong.
well,
Anyways, let's not
yeah.
dwell on it right here, right now, okay? Um, don't give yourself away. If, as a matter of fact, just do what you think is best. But
I'm just walking out of here. I was supposed to go see a tomb, but at this point, I'm just going back home.
I think I'll have to speak with the king, with
Not gonna
our
lie, this is
king.
freaking me out.
Yeah, I think I'll take that up to our king, if only for the other courts to be made aware of the situation.
That's
Outsiders,
fine. You
outsiders
want me to meet you there?
snooping.
You want me to meet you there? To Orange? I can go there too.
Yeah,
Fine. Be there in I'll be there in about an hour.
good.
Marie,
General?
just for your scene will be like 2 days from there, just so the timeline is clear-ish.
Ralph?
Yes, François.
Should I it's should Casey call the other kings too, so the 4 kings are reunited to speak about what's happening?
It's
Or
3 king and 3 queens, but
you
you could summon all the monarch for now,
just
since you
Autumn would
like
be fine, probably.
just autumn would be okay, especially because, but well, it's his season, but it's
Yeah.
also kind of his thing, the weird ass
Uh,
things that happen. It's more his purview, you know.
Yeah, well, outsiders snooping around was my way of looking at
Mm.
it rather than weird events and stuff, but yeah, I was wondering if like it would have warranted reuniting the monarchs or if I could just talk to it to the current king.
For now, with what happens, I think
Yeah,
just the king is
person
okay,
on
but
will be
maybe
fine.
further event later will,
So yeah,
require
I
it.
call up to Orange and say I need a meeting with Persimmon ASAP.
You managed to get a meeting with him a little later on the same day
Perfect.
with Nicholas.
Yes. Nicholas and I show up for our meeting.
And pretty quickly, you are in his office. Anything troubling you, Casey?
Yes. 2 men showed up. They presented themselves as FBI officers. They talked to me about some hardware that would have disappeared from the police armory, which I didn't take. I'm looking into that on my own. However, they are snooping around. They asked a lot of questions about the chain of suicides, which was caused by Liam's, the poor man, the poor boy that we, who's fetched, we disposed of. So that fetch was causing those suicides. It is an occult matter. And those men have been asking a lot of questions, roaming around. They showed up at the church. They asked questions to Father Mo and to Amelia and Serena, and now they just showed up at the site of the grave robbing of those suicide victims. Something is off. Something is very off.
Those pesky agents. Did you use your kinning sense?
I don't think we have.
It would be
Right.
very useful.
Yes.
If I may, my lieges, though we haven't tried that, my a good friend of his, well, Thaddeus, says that they saw his contract coming and cancelled it.
Well, cancelled it.
Well, I think they kind of like make sure it didn't
fall
happen.
for the
Yeah,
trap.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just more like that.
Talking about traps. Well, something doesn't stick with Officer Boy. He seems young.
I couldn't talk. I didn't see them.
Well, one looks 40 something, the other looks 20 something. Maybe a bit younger. I didn't get so much ID, but what I got, I checked out, and they checked out in databases, but they were also classified. So I'm confused. But I'm also very wary. I know it's uncharacteristic for a spring courtier to be wary, but they showed up to my place of work and threatened me with an investigation.
To be fair, they did not threaten you. There was an investigation, and they just happened to
Push
kind
on
of give
it.
you a hand, actually. They were like, we can get you out of trouble if you help us.
But I don't know what they want me to help them with.
I know that really sounded like threats, to be honest.
It was trading. You're changelings. You're good with that.
Oh, so we're changelings. Oh, that's good to know.
Oh, god damn it.
I thought I was a demon. Whoops.
It makes so much sense now.
I
As
suppose I
far-
need to reimburse that dot of arcana, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So as far as the FBI agents are concerned, make sure to keep our tracks covered and to try and uncover their truth.
We haven't stepped out of line, as far as I know.
And for the grave robbing, it goes to think that these people died in a strange state between the waking world and the dream. I could imagine their remains having some semblance of energies or occult value. But I couldn't really say for sure.
Well, there's plenty of greed lurking around. I have my own theory, but it's a bit of a stretch.
what would someone do with those 4 bodies? I mean, you say it's maybe occult elements for whatever. Do you have any idea what kind of power it can hold or anything?
Someone's psyche trapped in the hedge. It's a powerful thing. I don't know what they could do with it or how they could do something, but perhaps they found a way, whoever did that found a way to use it. Or maybe they are just ravenous idiots.
So I'll stay on the lookout in the police squad to know anything about that grave robbing thing. And
Please do.
we will be on the lookout on our end. We'll try and watch those officers. I don't trust them.
Wise of you to not trust FBI agents.
Well, I don't see why I wouldn't trust the FBI.
They're not from these parts. Anything else?
Or is it possible that another, I don't know, like another bulwark from the New York or whatever would show up here?
I don't see why they would, unless events here are affecting other freeholds. But
It is not an unheard occurrence
Or
for
who says?
changelings of another freehold to make a deal with the Fae. But let's not get ahead of ourselves and throw accusations.
I'm sure it's those damn Yankees anyway.
Goddamn Yankees.
Goddamn Yankees.
These
The
damn
Tour de France is back again.
Yankees.
Him.
Anything else I can help you with?
For now, it's good, I think.
Well, actually, I might have one. My liege Persimmon. Is there any way to know where someone's fetch may be? Or I'd say we might have an idea that we might have crossed one in the past, and would like to figure out if it was indeed a fetch.
Unfortunately, it is a very difficult thing. Before they are even made aware of their stature, they would not even, or often would not even be shown as creatures under our kenning sense. The only and best way is to retrace our own old lives and find them.
Why, thank you, Malish.
Amelia, 2 days later.
Before you start the other scene, I'm gonna head out for the night, guys. I'm crashing down. I'm very, very sorry. I'm gonna go to bed, but I love you all. Thanks for having been around. Thanks for the game,
Make
and
sure to
I'm
watch the
absolutely,
VOD.
I'm absolutely gonna watch the VOD and see how Amelia gets destroyed in the best way possible.
Okay,
Right.
Is,
I like
guys.
Tony.
the honest question, is the game drawing to an end soonish?
Yeah, like 10, 15.
Okay.
Like there's that scene, and that scene is kind of my outro song moment.
Okay.
Maybe.
Good. I just wanted to make sure.
See you guys.
Ciao.
Good night. All right, now break my heart.
We don't.
Stop smiling, you tree. I can see you smile.
The stream is
I
like on
swear.
your stats, or I don't know.
I solved that.
Oh, okay. I was just on that.
Yeah, I know.
Thing
It'll
for...
switch soon. Right.
All right. Amelia. You go back
Back again.
to an old house you haven't seen over a decade now. And it looks just the same as it was.
Is there a car in the driveway?
Yep.
What am I doing? I can't just knock. Can I see like movement behind the windows?
Yeah, you see
Or-
like the lights are open. You probably see a TV.
Do I see anyone?
No one specifically, but you see, people moving, but you don't have the best angle.
What do I even say? I'm gonna look around. Is there any stray cat or like neighbor cat around?
Not really, no.
Oh well, I just won't have my loop. I'm gonna get away from like possibly being seen. And I'm gonna turn into a cat.
You turn
And,
into a
like,
cat for a glamour.
Gorgeous bone cracking sound. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna jump on the windowsill and look inside.
You see your parents. They are listening to TV. They've grown a little older now, but they look almost identical, save for a few
Healthy.
gray hair.
I'm gonna try to go to the rooms, I guess, bedrooms upstairs. So some climbing. I climb.
You're a cat. You manage to find a way in a tree and then on a little roof and on the window still.
I wanna see if I see some people I know inside the rooms. Wait, I know.
There
I'm gonna
were-
go see. I'm gonna go see mine and see if like there's still stuff in it.
It's just
Designated
like
with it.
by now is just a a locker room. They just put things there.
Alright, I'm gonna go check other bedrooms.
You go where your brother's room used to be, and it's an office now. There's a desk, computer.
And my sisters.
Everything stayed the same. The same bed, the same drawers. Probably now you would assume a guest room. But they didn't change nothing to it.
It doesn't look lived in.
No. If anything, it even looks a little dusty, so really no one uses that often.
I'm gonna... Oh, that's a bad idea. They would be so mad at me. Okay, I'm gonna go change back into a human. Walk to the door. And ring the doorbell.
All right.
Are you putting on a song?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that Watch Together works, so I don't miss the song like I missed like River's song.
I'm just putting myself at the right place for my.
This is it. This is where you hurt.
Yeah, that's a moment I've been waiting for a long time.
I am
Hurting
so
Marie, you do
scared.
that like every other week.
That's true.
The hell up.
He just wants more pain from me. He just want to make me cry all the time.
You hear the locket. You spring to attention, just in anticipation. Opens the door. Your father. Surprised at first. Amelia,
Hi, Dad.
how are you doing here?
I was passing by, just wanted to see.
After all those years, you have the audacity to come here, and he pushes you real hard. You didn't wait for that and fall on your ass. I have no daughter.
Dad?
And you see behind your mother holding a phone.
Mom?
Chapeau,
I...
you hear a call.
Mhm.
We got reports of a dangerous individual at 245 Cleveland Street. And just so fast, you hear, all right, we run it. You recognize that voice. We'll be there.
I am driving over there.
That's good.
Officer
Also
Winners,
then.
Officer Winners from BPD on the scene.
And somewhere out of town, a wire fence closes. Someone framed in a way that we only see their body, a woman, walks with a bag thrown over her shoulder. You're the one who's supposed to come and get me, she says. We don't see who she's talking to. But soon enough, we see in a car, people still just framed, body shot. But on the back seat, there is a cardboard sign. And it's written on it, Amelia McKellen. Not the talkative kind, are you? And as she says that, the sign, like a TV that changes channel, do you mind? It reads. game.
They're teaming up. They're freaking teaming up.
Casey, come and get me before I break something.
You can be certain that I will throw the entire book at the FBI agents that I'm certain don't have jurisdictions or warrant. I am throwing the entire book at them.
Please tell me I can do something of what's happening to Amelia.
If I find my fetch, she's fucking dead by my hands.
I've been
Oh my
waiting
God.
for the scene for so
Good lord.
long.
Good lord.
Oh wow.
So this has
I'm gonna
been
get screwed.
episode 9 of the Chronicles of Twigs and Reckoning. Boy and Daddy, thank you very much for joining up with us. Ralph, would you care to announce the music?
Yes, the opening song was Elle Vitrine by Kid Francis Coley, and the ending was Marie. You probably know it even better than I do. It's "Fight for Me" by.
Alice Band. Alice Band.
Could you say it clearly, please?
Yeah, it was "Fight for Me" from Alice Band, and the D at the end of band is in caps. Anyway.
So thank you very much for joining up with us tonight. And once again, take care, stay safe, and see you next week.